Hello, my name is Mildred Quevedo. I'm going to talk about the theme for English B, written by Langston Hughes. This poem is about the complexities of identity in a racist society. And in this poem, the author shows us a black young boy that he's the only student in his class, and he is given an assignment of write a letter about his life, about himself. The letter has to be the page has to be true and come from his heart. And in this poem are expressed topics like identity, racism, and search for equality. Racism is what divides societies, and in this poem, the black young boy thinks about the differences between black and young people in that time, and he arrives at an argument that black and young people are equal, they are the same, and he's searching for equality, and he realizes that we are all the same, we are equal, and also um, about uh, identity. He reflects about identity as what make us um, different one from another. And in this poem, the black young boy reflects on his identity and his preferences and what characterized him from the other student. And in the end, the author wants to convey a clear message that skin color is just superficial and we are all the same. I agree with the author because we cannot limit us because of skin color, and we are all the same and parts of the same globe. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Hilda Mercedes, and I'm gonna speak about Theme for Theme, Theme for English B by Langston Hughes. Um, Theme for English B is a poem written by Langston Hughes, and it is about how being different can influence you or can make you feel less. It's about a black young boy who was in college, and he was the only black person there, and he was feeling a little like out of place. His teacher or his instructor had assigned him to do a poem that he was struggling with. He didn't know how to start. So he talked to the instructor, and the instructor told him to just let it all out. By being the only black person there, he was able to write about his reality and how different it was from the other classmates. Also, he noticed that even though he was the only black person there, he could relate to the others even though they were white, because at the end of the day we are the same. So he was able to do the poem, and at the end he said like a very interesting phrase, who is that even though the instructor is white, he can learn from him, and the instructor can learn from him too. So I feel the approach that Langston Hughes was trying to demonstrate here was that sometimes, even though you are different, you can you can accomplish the same things that the people who are different from you do. So this poem is about discrimination, it's about racism, it's about auto-reflection and self-esteem, because sometimes this young boy feel like he doesn't belong there because he's the only black person there, but he should feel proud because he's demonstrating that as a black person he can do as white people do. Like he can accomplish the same things that black people do. So I'm a little off and on with the author because even though he was demonstrating that we are all the same, I feel like this character shouldn't feel bad about being different. At the end of the day, being different is the best thing that can happen to you. So by being there, he was demonstrating that he deserved to be there, and he can accomplish the same things as the others. Thank you.
Hello, girls. My name is Angela Daibelis Mejia Peña, and I'm going to talk about Things English Be by Langston Hughes. That is a poem written by Langston Hughes, and it's about a black young boy that is at the university, and he have an assignment for his teacher to write a poem about himself, and the guy is the only black guy in his class, and he is a little complicated writing the poem because he described his reality. He finally could write about his reality and share with his teacher. That poem is about race because he described that his identity is different to his classmate, and races, he think that his partners and classmates are different for the skin color. The sadness of the story is about that he feel afraid to write the poem in his class because he's the only black boy in that class. The author give us an example that we are all the same. It doesn't matter your color of skin. And I agree with the author because we are always the same. It doesn't matter our skin color. And thank you, girls. That's it.
Hi, my name is Dania Paredes. I'm going to talk about essay on Theme for English Beat by Langston Hughes. Theme for English Beat written by Langston Hughes is a poem about a young boy that is 22 years old and received an assignment for his teacher. It is a complicated question for him, but he start describing the society in USA. This is based in the identity and in a racist society. The students start writing about the black and white people. He focused on the racism. It is a oppression of people of color on a associated constructed racial hierarchy that privilege white white people. He sees race like a part of his identity and something used to classify him and deny an opportunity. The race appeared between the professor and the students. He writes that he can learn from the professor and the professor can learn from him. However, is the only black student in her classroom. I mean, in that college, there are more white people than black people. For that reason, I think he's feared discriminated. Uh, Discrimination is a distinction human being use on the group, classes, or other place. The boy feels alone and discriminated, but doesn't feel bad for his color.
he write that he can do that the white people do, and I agree with the writers because all humans are the same, and we can do as other people ask, and skin color can be an impediment to human development and socialize among humans. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Pamela Pina. I'm going to talk about English B by Langston Hughes. This poem it's about a 22 color boy who actually starts his education in college, and he is the only colored person in class. He receives instructions from his professor to write a poem or a page about himself, and everything he writes has to be truth. Once he arrives home, he realized that it was not as simple as perhaps the other students will be able to write the page. He Once he was writing, he noticed that he was the only colored person in class, but he was not feeling different because he has the same likes anybody else could have. He realized he had the same likes everyone had.
What
What was
happened?
wrong?
Oh,
He realized he was the same as the others because he has the same likes, he likes music, he likes to fall in love. So once he was writing, while he was writing, he also noticed that in society, it is really difficult for Black people to receive education because he demonstrated while on his writing that he had to go or walk long roads in order for him to go to college. And being the only skin color person there, he noticed how racism this society is. Um, what we can see as well is that the author or the narrator might be the author himself, trying to describe how society see dark skinned people and white people and try to see them as totally different people when they are really not. I totally agree with Langston Hughes that we are humans. We might not have the same likes, but we all have hobbies and possibilities to do anything an Asian, white person, or skin color can do. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Cesarina Brito Perez, and I'm going to talk about Them English Beat poem, writing by Langston Hughes. So this poem it is about to a young guy that received an assignment by his professor. So he asked himself, it is was simple to write a page or a poem. So then he goes to his house across to the San Nicolas Street and 8th and 7th Avenue and go up to his room. So there he started to talk about race and the struggle that he feel being the only black man in his class at the university, and like be the only black man around maybe so many white guys in his class. So then he realized that be the only black one, like feel so he feel maybe proud of himself being there. And I'm agree with the author that he want, because he want pointed out that even though you are black, or even though maybe you are poor, you deserve better things. You deserve a better life. And you can be able to be in a huge university that only are black people, white people, that maybe those universities are really higher than you, or maybe than your economic, so you deserve that. And I agree with him about it. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Jennifer, and I'm going to talk about Team for English B by Langston Hughes. And this poem is about a young man which he has an assignment to write about himself. It's a poem, but he used this poem to relive how he feels between his partner in university because he's the only black guy in his class. So the author give us a perspective, a racist perspective, the how black people feels between white or another race people because the black people in that time they didn't have the same rights that white people. So he uses this poem, this letter, for describe things that he likes and how he said there are the things that are the same that could be the same likes, the same tastes for the teacher, for him. And for the end, the author tries to show us the perspective, the how black people can be the same as us, as the another one, as white people. We are the same because skin color is a wrap. We are the same. We can do the same. And maybe in that time, racist was huge and was a trending topic. And now we have to be um, more attent at this topic. And I agree with the author because those people, the black people, are the same and are people like us. And we have to respect them. Thank you.